You've been going to therapy for months. Maybe years. You've talked about your childhood. You've cried in that chair. You've learned coping mechanisms and breathing exercises and journaling techniques. And yet something still feels broken inside you. You leave every session feeling lighter. But 3 days later the same patterns return. The same anxiety. The same self-doubt. The same destructive habits you swore you'd stop. Psychologists call this the therapeutic plateau. And once you understand it, you'll see why you act the way you do. Your relationships, your habits, even your confidence, all of it is influenced by this one psychological pattern that therapy alone cannot fully reach. Let me be clear. Therapy is powerful. Therapy saves lives. I'm not here to dismiss it, but there's a massive gap between understanding your problems and actually resolving them. And nobody talks about this gap because the mental health industry doesn't want you to question the process. You've been told that awareness equals healing. That understanding why you're anxious means the anxiety should disappear. That knowing your attachment style should automatically fix your relationships. But it doesn't work that way, does it? But here's where it gets even worse. Most people spend years in therapy intellectualizing their trauma without ever actually processing it. They can explain their childhood wounds in perfect clinical language. They know the terminology: anxious attachment, codependency, inner child, narcissistic parent. They have all the labels but none of the liberation. Most people stop here, and that's the biggest mistake. They confuse insight with transformation. And those are two completely different things. Here's the painful part. Your brain doesn't heal through conversation alone. Neuroscience research from Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, found that trauma is stored in the body, not just the mind. Your nervous system holds on to painful experiences at a cellular level. Talk therapy engages your prefrontal cortex, the logical thinking brain. But trauma lives in your amygdala and your brainstem, the parts of your brain that don't respond to language. This means you can talk about your trauma for 10 years straight and your body will still react as if it's happening right now. Your heart still races when someone raises their voice. Your stomach still drops when you feel abandoned. Your muscles still tense when conflict arises. Your brain doesn't care what you understand intellectually. It only cares what your nervous system remembers physically. And that is why therapy helps but doesn't fully resolve the issue. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. The therapy model most people use was designed over 100 years ago, and while it has evolved significantly, the core framework still relies heavily on talking. Meanwhile, neuroscience has advanced dramatically, revealing that the brain and body require much more than words to truly heal. And this next part explains why your life hasn't changed yet despite all those sessions. This happens because there are 3 levels of healing and most people only reach level 1. Level 1 is cognitive awareness. This is where traditional talk therapy lives. You identify patterns. You understand triggers. You connect present behavior to past experiences. This is valuable but incomplete. Level 2 is emotional processing. This goes beyond understanding into actually feeling the suppressed emotions: grief, rage, fear, shame. Most people avoid this level because it's extremely uncomfortable. Your brain does this to protect you from re-experiencing pain. But avoiding the pain is exactly what keeps it locked inside you. Level 3 is somatic integration. This is where the body releases what the mind has already understood. Your mind thinks talking is enough. But the reality is your nervous system needs to physically discharge the stored survival energy. Without this step, healing remains intellectual, not experiential. Most therapy stops at level 1. Some reaches level 2. Almost none reaches level 3. And that's the missing piece nobody tells you about. If that hit you, good. It means you needed it. Here's the truth you've been avoiding. You haven't been failing at therapy. Therapy has been giving you only 1/3 of the healing process. You've been doing the work. You've been showing up. But you've been working with an incomplete system and blaming yourself for incomplete results. That ends today. If you want to break this cycle, start with integrating body-based healing alongside your talk therapy. Here's the mental trick that actually works. It's called somatic tracking. When you feel a difficult emotion rising, instead of analyzing it in your head, drop your attention into your body. Where do you feel it? Your chest. Your throat. Your stomach. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just observe it with curiosity. Say to yourself, I notice tightness in my chest. I notice heat in my face. I notice my shoulders are raised. This activates your interoceptive awareness, which is your brain's ability to sense internal body signals. Research shows this alone can begin rewiring your nervous system's threat response. Second, explore modalities that go beyond talking. EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, helps the brain reprocess traumatic memories without reliving them. Somatic experiencing, developed by Dr. Peter Levine, helps the body complete interrupted survival responses. Even breathwork, yoga and cold exposure have been shown to regulate the autonomic nervous system in ways that talk therapy simply cannot. Third, stop measuring healing by how much you understand. Start measuring it by how differently your body responds. Real healing isn't knowing why you flinch when someone yells. Real healing is when your body no longer flinches at all. Therapy gave you the map, but you still need to walk the terrain. The mind can open the door, but the body has to walk through it. You are not broken for still struggling after years of therapy. You were just given incomplete tools. Now you have the full picture.